Hello, guys, welcome back. The topic I have chosen today is schizophrenia. Through this video, I'm trying to give you a general idea on what schizophrenia is, its symptoms, and also I'd like to introduce you to few explanatory theories on the etiology of schizophrenia. This video might be more useful to A-level students than AS level students, unlike my previous videos. Before we start, let me explain to you the difference between neurosis and psychosis. Unlike psychosis, neurosis is not a term that is used any longer, but it used to signify the class of mental disorders that are relatively mild, while psychosis is about the loss of sense of reality. Psychotic disorders in general can be categorized by the presence of delusion and hallucination, which are also called as positive symptoms, about which I'll be explaining to you later in this video. Also disorganized thinking, disorganized behavior, and negative symptoms. In DSM-4TR, the disorders with these characteristics were categorized under the term schizophrenia and other psychotic disorders, which now in DSM-5 is called schizophrenia spectrum and other psychotic disorders. Under this particular category, it is not just schizophrenia that is included, but other psychotic disorders like schizophreniform disorder, schizotypal disorder, and so on. What is common among these disorders are the presence of these symptoms at varying intensities and combinations. Now, let's focus on the key symptoms of schizophrenia. You must have already heard that schizophrenic individuals will have both negative and positive symptoms, right? So what are these? Simply put, positive symptoms add while negative symptoms take away. That is the key, okay? So the positive symptoms are delusions and hallucinations or even uncontrollable repetitive movements that are added to the behavior of a normal individual. While negative symptoms, on the other hand, are those that are taken away, like not being able to express emotions, total apathy, and those things that are missing from a normal human being's behavior. Let's look at the diagnostic criteria for schizophrenia. 2 or more of the following symptoms should be present for a significant portion of a period of 1 month. And that is the key. And at least one of these symptoms should be delusion, hallucination, or disorganized speech. Not just that, it should in fact affect an individual's daily functioning. And these signs should persist continuously for a period of 6 months. Other psychotic disorders should be ruled out before you call it schizophrenia, and it should not be due to substance use, this experience of symptoms. So these are the main criteria for a disorder to be called schizophrenia. Now, DSM-4TR categorized schizophrenia into various types, which they changed in DSM-5 because they felt that it's not helping the diagnosticians in any way. And that's why it's now called schizophrenia spectrum, where they try to include all kinds of schizophrenia under this umbrella term. But since it is included in your syllabus, let me brief you the 3 important types of schizophrenia that existed according to DSM-4TR. First one is catatonic schizophrenia, symptoms of which varies from hyperactivity to stupor. They tend to resist instructions, and also sometimes they'll show mutism and things of that sort. And paranoid schizophrenia is basically paranoid delusion, mostly accompanied by auditory hallucinations. While disorganized schizophrenia or hebephrenic schizophrenia is when they have disorganized speech and shallow moods or disorganized behavior with fleeting delusions and hallucinations. But again, DSM-5 has eliminated such distinctions and has put everything under the term schizophrenic spectrum. Now, let's look at the etiology of schizophrenia. There are several theories to why schizophrenia occurs in individuals. In this video, I'll skim through genetic, cognitive, psychodynamic, and biochemical explanations to schizophrenia. To summarize the biological explanations, that's discovered so far, I'm using a review article by Kim 2016. By carrying out genetic research through twin studies, adoption studies, and also siblings, research show that heritability of schizophrenia is around 80 to 85%. Comet, DISC1, NGR1 are some of the known genes involved in the occurrence of schizophrenia. Locus 1q 2122, 12q22, and chromosomes 6, 9, and 20 are found to be involved in the emergence of schizophrenic symptoms. The study that the syllabus is referring to, which is Gottsman and Shields 1972, is also another review article, but here I believe Kim's review article covers important discoveries until 2016. Let's look at the neurodevelopmental theory. The idea it conveys is that it's not always genetics alone. It's always a combination of uh, genetics, environmental exposure, and pathogen occurrences together that leads to schizophrenia. So, for example, prenatal exposure to maternal viral infections, malnutrition, extreme prematurity, um, all of this can sometimes cause pathological alterations in cerebral cortex, cerebral vermis, limbic system, brainstem, and cerebral symmetry, and structural abnormalities. Such structural abnormalities, especially in the lateral ventricular enlargement and third ventricular enlargement, are found to be strongly associated with schizophrenic patients. Looking at the epidemiological findings, you can see that um, you know it points to the reduction of white matter structures, alterations in prefrontal cortex, reduction in neural and membrane integrity, neurotransmitter abnormalities, decrease in hippocampal volume, all of these things. Coming to biochemical explanation, evidence point to the dysregulation of dopamine, serotonin, and glutamate. Dopamine hypothesis is another important discovery that is covered in the syllabus. It states that the brain of a person with schizophrenia will have more dopamine than normal individuals. Coming to cognitive explanation, the syllabus has covered Fritz model 1992. According to this model, schizophrenia is the cognitive impairment that occurs when individuals are unable to distinguish between what is happening externally with what is generated internally. Now, these are all biological explanations and theories, and one non-biological explanation to be covered is the psychodynamic explanation by Freud. He links it to the oral stage, specifically a primary narcissism, during which ego has not separated from it, and schizophrenia occurs when one regresses to a stage that is not formed yet, and this will stop you from operating on a reality principle. With this, I'm winding up the video. Hope this was helpful. If you would like me to cover any particular topic, please feel free to comment. If you like the video, please like and don't forget to subscribe for more similar videos. Thank you.